Hiya. Check, check. Mic check. Hi there, welcome to My Compound Life. I'm your host, Jonathan. This is a channel where we build assets, we build habits, and we build freedom. And that hopefully should be financial freedom. Thanks for watching the video this morning. It is the 4th of December, early morning in the Midlands in the UK. Terrible weather, by the way, and going to be terrible traffic soon, as we're in the morning in the UK. So in today's Bitcoin daily update, let's quickly take a look what's going on. At the time of recording, Bitcoin is at 93,240, and it does seem we closed yesterday with good gain, and it does seem we will continue to retrace for another day or so. Okay. Fear and greed index right now at the time of the recording is about 26. In comparison to yesterday, I think the fact that yesterday was all green, we were at 28 yesterday, so that's all good. In comparison to the past 28 days, we were back to 26, so that kind of gives indication that we are back at where we were about a week ago. And so let's also quickly look through what are the inflows and outflows for Bitcoin. Yesterday, I think for Bitcoin ETF, yesterday it was a inflow of it was an outflow. Bitcoin was an outflow yesterday of approximately 15 million, right? So I guess for 5 consecutive business days of positive inflow of approximately 350 million, ETF buyer, are just taking a breather right now. So it was a small outflow of 15 million yesterday. So still pretty positive for Bitcoin. Ethereum, it was actually an inflow yesterday of approximately 140 million, right? Compared to the day before, the 2 days before, it was about 90 million outflow, right? So definitely more positive for Ethereum too. And at the same time, Solana ETF, SOL ETF, yesterday it was Solana ETF, yesterday it was negative outflow of 33 million. Okay, so the day before, that was the 2nd of December, they had inflow of approximately 46 million, and followed by 1st of December it was an outflow of 40 million. So it kind of canceled out for these 3 days, specifically for Solana ETF. So I guess all are good, all are green for Bitcoin and crypto. So update for today for Bitcoin. I think one thing to highlight more tailwinds to highlight. Yesterday, the odds of December interest rate cut, are now at around 89%. Right? So that's good. That's very good. But more importantly, I think that was all due to the ADP private payroll data that came out, and that was much lower than expected, which kind of boosts the rate cut probability too, I guess. So yeah, I think there are plenty of tailwinds right now leading onto a higher possible December. But I'm still not bullish enough for Bitcoin until we have gotten back and remain at the 50 weeks moving average. So Bitcoin is currently at around 93,000, and the 50 days moving average are certainly dropping, and I do anticipate Bitcoin price to meet the 50 days moving average line around, maybe, if we're still tracking as how we should be right now, we should meet it sometime in about 2 or 3 weeks time. So possibly of a relief rally, if no sudden black swan, no sudden headwinds ahead, we should be getting back to approximately 100 to 105,000 in about 2-3 weeks time. So that would be very positive for Bitcoin, and for anyone that are looking to get out, this might be your second chance, right? Personally speaking, I think there will be more tailwinds coming, especially knowing that we'll see. Give it another few more days. I think rate cut will be out in about 3 or 4 days time. Let's see. Actually, it should be out in about 3-4 days time. Yeah. So until then, I think investors are just hanging on there, still on the sideline, waiting. And I think I'm essentially doing the same too. Not as if I'll be buying more for this cycle, because I think I've bought enough from the last cycle. This cycle is more of the exit, so I think within 3 to 4 days time we should have more clarity in terms of what would be the exit plan will be. But for now, I think just hang in there, since there are plenty of tailwinds essentially. I think Fed also just recently printed out, applied more quantitative easing, printed out more money, essentially to buy back more of their bonds, okay, because no one wanted to buy them, okay. They also recently applied quantitative easing to essentially help the struggling banking system. So I think with more and more quantitative easing that we anticipate over the next quarter, maybe maybe Bitcoin will form another all-time high, right? That is a maybe, right? But because we are still in a bearish downtrend, right? So that's why I'm calling this out as a big maybe, okay? So until we have gotten back to our 50 days moving average, I'm still in the sideline, just waiting whether to sell more aggressive or sell, less aggressive, kind of like a pound cost average out. So I think you guys should be doing the same too, and not to be too FOMO driven yet, because just a few tailwind kind of news. Yeah, and next year I think things will get better, not as depressing as today's weather, I hope. It does seem the stock market are doing well too. S&P 500 did well, performed well yesterday, and yeah, and plenty of tailwind news coming. MicroStrategy will also be included in S&P 500. So that's all good. And you know what? There isn't much to highlight this morning for our daily Bitcoin news. However, I just felt whomever is not holding enough Bitcoin right now, they'll probably be struggling to maintain sanity in terms of what's going to happen to their portfolio, right? So make sure, if we do have a relief rally coming, right, if you hold plenty of crypto shitcoin currency, as soon as you can get back in the greens, especially for the very, very low caps, right? If you can get back in the greens, earn some good gains from it, don't hold it for another 3 months, right? Just be ready to be out, and learn to take profits, okay? And yeah, I think that's what I'll be talking about this morning. It's a short video. I think enough for us to get through the day. Hang on, by the way, I think you guys don't really like daily Bitcoin update, right? Because it does seem to me, number one, maybe you guys also have enough update already, and very likely the viewership on my daily video kind of sucks. But anyhow, I'll continue to make more and see how it goes. I think like a day today, there simply just aren't enough news to update on Bitcoin, except just going through the sentiment, going through the price of Bitcoin, seeing how far we are from breaking the next 50 days moving average until we cross the golden cross again, and even update on the Bitcoin ETF, like how much people are buying or selling. I think as a retail investor, these are pretty important for us to determine how much heavily selling or buying has been going on for the past few days. So if you like the video, even if you don't like, just hit the like, hit subscribe, and I'll look into more different type of content, because it does seem the video that I've created yesterday about $1 million Bitcoin within a decade or so. I think that causes some excitement. I just checked the stats this morning. It kind of grew pretty. I think the viewership grew pretty fast. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit subscribe. Become my 13th, 14th, 15th subscriber. Leave a comment and let me know who you are. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.